called me yesterday. One of the ladies I babysit for gave her my number.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hamilton High School. This is a recognition of our top 10 program. I may know most of you, but my name is Mr. Malone. I'm the principal here at the high school. I've got some business things in terms of welcomes and comments, and then we'll get started with the main purpose of the program, and that's for the recognition of our young people today. As far as recognition of guests, we have a number of guests that are here. Mrs. Baker, our superintendent, Mrs. Lice, one of our associate superintendents, board members, Mr. Larry Bowling, Mr. George Johnson, Miss Anna Harvey, and Dr. Stitziger, Dr. Glenn Stitziger. Mr. Keith Millard is here representing the instructional department. Katie Braswell and Bernie Zimmerman are here from the Hamilton Community Foundation. And just a note about that, I was talking with Miss Lindsay Lassiter this morning, who was involved in our YES program. And again, to say how much we appreciate the fact that the foundation has been involved with the schools for a number of years, with the scholarship programs, and Mr. Dave Murray coming in, and now with this YES program to help some of our students. And it's been very, it's been a good program for us, and we hope that that's something that would continue. Mr. Doug Lice is here. Mr. Doug Lice is the principal of Garfield, and he's the incoming principal of the high school next year. So we're glad that you're here. Mrs. Joni Kopus. Mr. Steve Caldwell is here from TV Hamilton. Mr. Rick Jones and Greg Lynch from the Journal News. Thank you to them for coming and covering this program. A couple other folks. Certainly thank you to our counselors who put together the program and made all of the arrangements for what's going on. The Hamilton Boosters and our Hamilton High School Student Council. They've helped with the funding for the program. The Fig Tree, and they've got the arrangements. And then the Out to Lunch Ventures, Mr. Dale Sparks and Becky Poe, who provided all of the food for today. So we appreciate all of those people for helping put this program together. I think it's very important that we recognize our very best students. You know, I used to teach history, and I can't help, this is like an opportunity to talk about history for just a second, see. So I'm thinking if I was going to talk about anyone in kind of like recently current American history, by recent, for a historian, you're talking about somebody in the last 300 years, but who could you talk to that would say that maybe would best exemplify the very best? And a person that I thought about was Thomas Jefferson. And when I kind of looked at Thomas Jefferson, and you don't look at encyclopedias anymore, you Google everything, and I saw this term. They said Thomas Jefferson was known as a polymath. And I mean, I learned something new, polymath. They said it's a Greek term that refers to someone that's very learned. Might be a Renaissance man, might be someone that has a great deal of knowledge. And if you think of Thomas Jefferson and his background, you say, well, he was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. That alone, you know, one of the most important documents to mankind. You know, he's the third president of the United States. He is the principal founder of the University of Virginia, which was an entirely different concept of how we educate people in this country. You know, he not only took advantage of like the Louisiana Purchase, but he sent people out there to say, what's going on out here? What do we have? And while he did that, he said, well, while you're there, bring back some pictures, will you? I want to see, give me some descriptions about what's going on in that part of the world. I mean, today it would probably be, what if we went to Mars? And we didn't have the cameras and we didn't have the satellites, but what we would have is someone who would script it all and describe it and bring it back. The man spoke 5 languages. He was interested in science. If you've ever had an opportunity to go to his home is just it would be a marvel just to walk through the home with him and allow him, not even speak to him, but just listen to him describe, why do I have this book stand where I can read 5 different books at the same time? In Greek and in Latin, you know, that kind of a thing. Why do you have this clock over your front door that by gravity that will tell time because we don't have electricity? How are you working with all of these different plants that you have in your yard? Not a yard, it's a mansion and acres and acres and acres. But just the fact that that person was so intelligent, he was very knowledgeable. But I think what's more important, and the reason I would want to mention it to our young people here today, it was that quest for knowledge and that inquisitiveness that he just always wanted to know the why, the how, the what if. And if you read anything at all as you go through his life, it isn't just about, I helped write the Declaration of Independence, but it's about, first of all, where did he acquire the knowledge to even develop the concept? And then, how did he take that concept and apply it to what we have today? So in talking with our very best students that are here, you're all intelligent. There's no doubt about that. And I think you also have that sense of how do things work, and what can I do, and how can I make this society better than what I am today? And I hope that you never lose that, because I think, unfortunately, we have some folks that are very intelligent, but they get locked into one thing. That's all they understand. They don't have a variety of interests. I hope that you develop as a polymath. I have to look that term up to make sure I'm talking about the right thing, see, because it might be something entirely different. I'll find out. Even now it's on TV, they'll say, oh, no, polymath means it's a five-sided math thing. That would be more than five-sided. Never mind, scratch it. So when you look up this Greek term, it really means to have a lot of knowledge and a lot of different interests. And so we're really proud of you as the most soon-to-be recent graduates of Hamilton High School. We're proud that you've been here during the period of time, and that your parents can be here, and that you've invited other relatives that are here with you. They have to be proud, and we thank them for doing such a great job to bring you here. We're proud that our staff members that are here that you've invited. You know, I know that there might be a little nervousness about coming up and talking here. It happens. I'm always nervous, and I think I'm nervous because I want to make sure that this is a formal ceremony and we treat it in that way. But as our young people come up, please, it's easy to say don't be nervous, but don't be nervous in the sense of whatever you say, that's what we want to hear. And I think when you speak from your heart and you talk about why you selected a certain staff person or why you want to say thank you to your parents, it's just one of those few opportunities where you can really say thank you to people. They've helped to get you to this particular point in your life. And we were a small part of that, and we're very proud of you as you move on from here and go on to where you tell us you're going to go next. So again, we appreciate all of you, the fact that you're here. Our two counselors, Mr. Brian Treadway and Ms. Erin Harker, are going to continue with the program in terms of the introductions. Also, just to mention, you know, the building's still running today. So at the other end, we've got like 6th graders coming in to find out about all of our career technical programs. That's happening in the gym, in the auxiliary gym. Our administrators are in and out because they're working, but they're also working in everything else that happens over the course of the day. So Mrs. Patty Gibbons is here now. We appreciate her being here, and there will probably be others coming in and out as we proceed with the program. But again, thank you very much.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So we are here to celebrate our top 10 students, and the first student that we're going to celebrate is Madison George.
Hi everyone, my name is Maddie George. I'll be attending the University of Cincinnati next year in the College of Design, Art, Architecture, and Planning. It's DAP. I'll be majoring in interior design. Today I brought with me my family and friends and teachers. I have my mom Ginger, my dad Lance, and my brother Will. And I brought my friends Allie Hoskins and Lainey Jackson. And I brought my teachers Ellen Whitehash and Miss Steerhoff. So I brought everyone here today just to share this with me because I love them all very much. And oh gosh. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, sorry. I just want to thank my family for always being there with me, and it's just like been a hard year for everyone and all my friends, and it's just been really great to be able to have this and accomplish this for myself and for my family. My friends, I'm sorry, I did not expect. My friends I invited because I love them so much, and they're here with me, and we're all like crying all the time because. Okay.
We anticipated this. You're good to go.
Okay. Well, first I invited Miss Whitehash because, well, I had her for 2D art class in sophomore year, and we just stayed really close, and we went to Europe together the summer after sophomore year, and we just spent a really long time next to each other, and we got really close, and she's just a really great person, and she taught me a lot about, life and art, and so that's a lot of what has to do with my major next year, interior design. And I know we'll stay in touch through college and everything, and I know we'll stay close. And I invited Miss Steerhoff because we've been together for 3 years, and she's just been one of the best teachers I've ever had, and we always had a good time. And we're also sad that Fringe 4 wasn't happening this year because we're all looking forward to it, but do what you gotta do. But so hopefully I'll start French again in college, and I hope that we'll stay in touch, and I'll email you about my life and we can talk. Okay, well, that's about it, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Hubbard. Next year I'm going to be attending Duke University, and I'm going to major in chemistry. Yes. And today with me I have my dad, Rick, and some of my friends, Kenny and Trevor and Delilah and Kate. And for my teacher I had Mr. McCullum, and we also have Miss Baker sitting at my table, so hi. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so I would like to thank my dad because he's always been here for me. He's always been my proudest supporter, and he's always let me know that. He's always let me know that I have someone in my corner no matter what, and it's always a very comforting feeling. He supported me in every decision, and we've seen a lot of kids who their parents have made decisions for them, and he's always been behind me and asking me what I want. And I know that no matter what I decide, he's always going to be there for me, so thanks. And also, Mr. McCullum, he's inspired me the past 2 years. I had him for starting with chemistry my junior year, and we spent like 3, maybe 4 hours a day together, so we got really close, and he's like been the best teacher I've ever had. He taught me a lot, and that year I kind of just fell in love with chemistry, and the way that he taught me and like the passion that we all got for the subject, it made me want to major in it. It made me want to make it my life. So I owe him a lot for that. And he's always been there for me outside the classroom. He's always given me advice. He helped me last year decide where to apply for college. So that was really great. And also my friends, and Maddie kind of started me off, but our friends are really, really great, and they've all been there for me. We've had a really hard year, and we've all been together, and we've all been there for each other. And without you guys, I wouldn't be who I am. So thanks. I love you all. Okay.
My name is Brittany Jones, and I will be attending the University of Indiana in Bloomington. And I would like to major in biochemistry and perhaps a double major or a minor in Spanish. Today I have with me my Aunt Angie, my dad, Mike Jones, my younger brother, Nolan, who's at the freshman building, my mother, Libby Jones, and a supporter of our family, Judy Scott, and then my mentor, Miss Palachi. My mom's been one of my biggest supporters probably this year, especially with the surgery that I had, and it's been really rough, and I really wanted to make top 10 this year. It was my biggest goal, and I finally made it there, and my mom stood by my side, so I want to thank her. And then Miss Palachi has been a big support in my life, been both my education and my emotional things that I've been going through this year. So I want to thank her. It's been really helpful. And then Judy Scott and both my Aunt Angie have been very helpful with our financial troubles that we've been having this year. So I want to thank them both too for that. That's about all I want to say. So.
Okay, well, hi guys, my name is Heather Judd. Thanks for coming. I will be attending Miami University next year at the Hamilton campus, and I will be commuting from home. Factors that caused me to choose the college is that it's renowned for being an education school, and that's what I want to study. And I'm going to major in early childhood education. And I'm not going to stand up here and say I know that in 4 years I will be a first grade teacher, but I know that I want to teach, that I want to instill the knowledge that I have into the minds of our children, whether I be teaching high school calculus or first graders theater. I know that I want to teach students. And the people I brought with me today are my mom and my dad, which are Jeanette Judd and Kevin Judd, and my educational mentor is Mrs. Mers. And I have been blessed to meet Mrs. Mers. I got the opportunity to do the 2-year Teacher Academy program here, and it helped me immensely. She showed me that being a teacher is not something that's too good for me. It's not something that's too good to come true. It's not that I have what it takes, that I could be a teacher if I choose to pursue that. And with a paper due each week, she taught me time management, to find time in my life with my schedule and extracurricular activities, to find time to write out the paper. I can now write a good, solid 5-paragraph essay in 45 minutes, where it used to take me hours and hours sitting, looking at a blank screen, writing something and erasing it, and then typing something else and erasing it, where now I can go, and my writing is so much better. I look at papers from the beginning of this year from her class, and I'm like, why would I write that? What was I thinking? And now it's going to help me in college with papers I'm going to be writing there. And she's always there for you, helping you with scholarships and applications and anything you need, whether it be in your personal life or in school. So that's why I chose to bring her today. And my parents, I just want to thank you guys for always being there for me, whether it's helping me with grades, helping me study, whether my mom knows what vocabularies we're actually studying, what she knows what the words mean. She can tell me if I'm right or wrong, and that's what I need. And she can read the back of the card, and driving me everywhere. Sorry, I'm getting there. Like the scheduled driving test is there now, but carpooling and driving me to and from the high school and supporting me and not saying, no, you can't do that activity because we don't have time, or because you need to work more, or because I have things to do, I can't drive you there, and just always supporting me and letting me make my decisions, but helping me in the right direction. And so just thank all my friends. I didn't bring any with me here today, but a lot of them are here as top 10s or as friends of other top 10 people. This year I would truly say that I have made friends, and they have impacted my life, and I want to stay in touch with everyone after this, and I don't want to just leave high school and go our own separate ways and leave it there. So, all right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Hannah Kinch. I will be attending Ohio State University in the fall, and my major is currently undecided, but I'm going into the Science Exploratory Program, which is a program for students who aren't exactly sure what they would like to major in yet, but know that they want to do something in a science-related field, and that's what I hope to do. I'll also be in the Sports and Wellness Scholars Program, so I'll be living with students that are also in that program and that are interested in pursuing careers in that area too. I chose Ohio State because I felt that its size, obviously it's massive, offers like a lot of opportunities that I'm interested in, like studying abroad. That's a major one. But also all the clubs and the opportunities to get involved, I think, will help me to become involved. Well, duh. Sorry. They'll help me to have a community feel, which is why I think I've been so successful here at Hamilton. I really like that. And today with me, I brought a lot of my family, and then I'll introduce them. I have my sister Sinclair, my grandma Claire, my dad Greg, my grandma Peg, my cousin Jamie, my teacher Mr. Neary, and my little sister Georgia. And Mr. Neary was my AP English teacher this year, and I had a really rough year with a lot of obstacles, and I think he was really understanding of that, and I was really appreciative. He helped me to get caught up with whatever I needed. And he also kind of re-sparked my interest in English. I went into this year, well, I'm kind of hoping to be a pediatrician, so I went in thinking that my main focus would be in chemistry and calculus, but his class was something I enjoyed coming to every single day, and it kind of made me realize that maybe English is something I would like to pursue in my future. I'm not really sure yet, but it kind of opened up my mind to that for my future. And I'd like to thank my dad for his support. I lost my mom earlier this year, and she was always at every game, performance, ceremony, and I know she'd give anything to be here, but sorry. My dad has done the most amazing job his whole life, and I know he's going to be here no matter what. And I also know that my mom will be my #1 supporter no matter what I do in life, and that she's always going to be here for me. And I miss her and I love her, and I think that's it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Christy Marjoram. I'm going to the University of Cincinnati, and I'm going to be studying biomedical engineering. Today I brought with me my mom, Donna, my brother, Joshua, who had to leave early today because he's teaching over at Wilson, so my mentor, Larry Rose, and Kyle Vanderhorst. It sounds weird saying his first name. Okay. And if it weren't for my mom, I probably wouldn't even be in the top 10 because I'm the biggest procrastinator in the world. It's I'm sure we all are. If it weren't for our parents, we would. And I've had a lot of help from my brother, especially with like physics and calculus and anything involving math because he's a math whiz. And I prepared a little speech, so. In general, teachers are pretty amazing people. They have the ability to memorize every one of their students' names in every one of their classes year after year. My mentor, Mr. Rose, chooses to take that a step further. He hosts an annual Christmas party for his AP Calculus students and aspires to know them as a person rather than a pupil. For instance, my brother Josh was a student of his quite some time ago, yet I can't recall a conversation where he didn't ask me how Josh was doing or what Josh was looking forward to in the future. It's moments like those when you can determine who true teachers are. Mathematics can be a difficult subject for most people, but then again, not everybody's had the privilege of having Mr. Rose as a teacher, so it's obvious that he puts so much time and effort into his lessons and actually cares about student comprehension rather than just teaching the lesson that he has set up. For our summer homework assignment, we were supposed to watch videos and like read lessons and stuff and then take an assessment, and we all did pretty poorly on it, to be honest. And so when we came into the first week of school, we had to admit to him that we didn't do very well, and even though it was going to put us behind in our learning schedule, he took time to teach us the lesson and make sure we understood it. And if it weren't for that, I probably would have definitely failed my AP test that we just took. So it's that kind of dedication that really sticks with you, and I'm probably going to remember that stuff forever. He doesn't just dedicate himself fully to our classroom learning, but he'll stay at like after hours to make sure we understand things. He'll hold study sessions, and even though we already completed our AP test, he's still teaching us stuff that we need to know for college to make sure we're well off. And he's really involved in the school, and it's really sad that this is his last year here because the people below us are never going to get to experience the time we had with him. And he has a very well-known presence at Hamilton High School and in the lives of his students, and I'm sure he'll stay that way. I bet it's easy to see why I chose him, so yeah, that's it.
Hello, my name is Shelby Moore, and next year I will be attending Hanover College. I plan to major in biology and/or chemistry, and I plan to become a vet in my future. I've always wanted to be a vet, and animals that's what makes me happy, and I hope to be able to help them in my future. So today I have both sets of my grandparents, my Grandma Sullivan, my Papa Troy, my Grandma Moore, my Papa Moore, and my parents, Marlene and Donald Moore, and my mentor today is Miss Haven. Miss Haven is my drama director. She has been my drama director for 3 years now, and she has always supported me for everything that I do. If you know me, I have a really crazy schedule and I'm involved in a lot, and she always made time to make sure that I was all right, and always had days where she would give me a sticker if I was crying and stressed out, and that always made it a whole lot better. She donates a lot of her time that she doesn't actually get paid for, and it's really awesome that she can do that for us. And she gives me a chance to be able to get away from this crazy world and be able to do something that I do love, to be on stage and to entertain others like I've always done for all of my life. And I really thank her for doing that for me. I'd like to thank my grandparents out of here because they always attend everything that I am a part of, and there's like a billion other grandkids that they have, but they always make time to make sure that they come to everything that I have, and I really appreciate that they do that. My parents, they have always allowed me to be part of as many activities as I want to be, and they always come along with me. They're always at everything that I do, and they've always pushed me to do my best, and I know that I wouldn't be here without their support and their pushing. Even though they yelled at me and I yelled back, I know that it was really appreciated. I also want to thank all my other teachers who have affected my life and given up their time to support me and push me to be successful and achieve my goals that I have. So thank you.
All right, just to let you know, this is the first time I wear heels that are this big, so. All right. My name is Alma Oñate. Yes, it's Oñate with the ñ. All right. And I plan to go to Northern Kentucky University, and I hope to graduate with a major in something like chemistry, biology, somewhere like that. I've thought about medical school, but lately it's gotten into me that maybe I want to do teaching, so we'll just see. And, well, with me I have my dad, Pedro, my mother, Rosa, sorry if my Mexican accent comes out there a little bit, my sister, Nelly, and her husband, Victor. And then I have my mentor, who is Miss Signor. And, okay, first of all, I'd like to take time to thank my parents. Of course, without them, I wouldn't be alive right now, you know. It might be a little important to thank them. And then, of course, they've always been very supportive of me. I am the first to go to college in my family, and they haven't denied to me the right to go to college. They weren't like, no, you can't do this. They have been behind me all the time, saying, yeah, you need to go to college. Even though sometimes they did tell me, you need to put your homework away, we need to spend a little family time together, because it was a lot. But I'd also like to thank my sisters. One of them is not here today, but they've been very supportive, and especially Sandra. She's read probably through every single essay that I've written for every scholarship or college, and I know they were boring sometimes, but she's stuck through them all, and she's been very nice about it. I'd also like to thank every teacher that I've ever had. They've all inspired me in some way or other. They've all helped me, but I'd like to take time to thank 3 people especially right now, and the first of them is Miss Palachi. She has been my Spanish teacher, and even though I know Spanish and whatever, she showed me that there's more that I need to learn in Spanish. I still don't know my accents very well, and so she helped me with that. But more than that, in her classroom, I think she teaches a lot of character. She really teaches that compassion is very important to live, and she teaches that name calling is not okay. She is very strong about that. No name calling in her class. And I think that there's not that many teachers that are very into the character program at this school or other schools around the world, but she's very, very passionate about it, and I think that has helped me a lot. I'd also like to thank Mr. McCollum. He's been my physics and chemistry teacher, and I think since the very beginning he's had more faith in me than I've had in myself. I could not do physics, and I still can't, but he kind of made me believe that I could. So, you know, it made me feel good about myself, and I think that it's a lot because of him, like Caitlin Hubbard said earlier, that I will be doing something in the science field. He's a very great teacher, and he understands that kids have 10 million things to do, so he kind of, lets you, he's kind of lax about due dates and things like that, which is very helpful. And of course, Miss Signor. When I first met her, I was like, oh, this is my counselor. But then I spent like 3 out of the 5 days of the week in her office complaining about my schedule, about how I wasn't getting the classes I needed, about this and that. And I think that so much time with her, we're now like best friends or something. But she's been very helpful throughout the process. She's made it a lot less scary. Being a first-time student going into college in my family has been a very wild ride. And she has really, really helped me like go through the process step by step, and it's been very helpful. And I think they all deserve a round of applause. And finally, I would like to thank my best friends, which all of them are here, especially Brittany and Shelby. In this world that we live in today, peer pressure is kind of tough. It's a tough issue that we have to deal with, but they always provided me with positive peer pressure. I think they were the ones today that made me wear the heels, but other than that, they've been very, very helpful. And anytime I had a problem, an issue, I was down, they would always be like, keep your head up, it's gonna be okay. And even though I had some issues throughout the year, and I'll try not to cry, they've been very, very helpful, and they've always tried to keep a smile on my face. And I would just like to thank everyone who's made an impact in my life.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Thought. This fall, I will be attending Miami University, Oxford. I am majoring in physics engineering, so I'll be a student of the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Engineering. I'm not exactly sure if that's what I want to do, but I love physics, and I know I enjoy math a lot, and I'm excited about that. Today with me, I brought my parents, Paul and Patricia. They've been extremely, extremely supportive of me through all my educational endeavors. I know I'm one of those people who all start writing lists instead of actually doing it, writing down the many things I have to do, the places I gotta go. And I just know my mom will walk up and she'll like pick up my list and she's like, really? Why don't you just do it? Like, I haven't checked it off yet. My dad has been very supportive of me. I've been involved in a lot, and he's always told me, yeah, do whatever. And they're always there. Like, everything I've been involved in, I know they'll take off work and come. Like today, my mom's a teacher, and she took off work today to be here. And that just makes me really happy that I have parents who care so much. And my educational mentor is Mr. Nickel. I had him last year for AP European History, and I love history. It's one of my passions. And it's his passion what really inspired me. Like, I know that whatever I end up doing in the future, it's got to be something I'm passionate about. Every day he showed up, like, regardless of how he was feeling, he was ready to teach. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone who can just go off with so many facts at one time, like not looking at anything. And I remember the first day I walked into his class, he slams down this big packet on our desk. I go, what is this? It's every assignment for every day of the year, like everything we were going to do for every day till the last day. I couldn't believe it. It was too overwhelming. I wanted to start checking stuff off then. And it's just, he had everything prepared always. And it's like, I could tell he loved everything he was doing, and it's like, that's what I want whatever I do when I'm older. I want to be that passionate and enjoy that, whatever I'm doing so much, and that's why he's been such a mentor to me, and I don't know. And I have didn't invite any specific friend, but I mean, all my friends are here. And this year has been difficult, but it's like we're just one big group, regardless of like how we are. Like, we're all extremely different, but we come together because it's, oh no, what do we have today? What are we doing? Oh, we got this, you can do it. And it's just, I'm glad that we can be so supportive of each other. Like, I know there's a lot of competition too between us, but it doesn't change the friendships. And I'm just thankful for my family, for my teachers. They've all really helped me and taught me so much over the years. My friends, and thank you.
Save the best for last, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm John Weislogel, and this fall I'm going to be going to Miami University, and I'm going to have a degree in mechanical engineering, I hope, if I can get that far. Today I brought with me my family and my sisters, Jessie and Jackie, and her new husband, Diego, over there. He's a cool guy. Yeah, they got married Saturday. And my mentor, Dan Richter, and I brought him here today because he introduced me to IT and this 3-day event called Tech Olympics, which helps you find careers and colleges who are interested in you and who you are and how you operate. I'm starting to regret being in the top 10. But it was a really cool and fun event that helped you meet students from all over Ohio and northern Kentucky, and I made a lot of cool friends there. And we go out and we play video games, and he introduced me to Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and I'm kind of one of the top players in the area now, so I thank him for that because I'm getting a lot of money from it. Yeah. And I'd like to thank my family because they always push me to be the best that I can be, and without them I know I definitely wouldn't be here because I don't have exactly a lot of confidence in myself, but they always strive to push me, and I really like to thank them for that. That's all.
Let's give one last round of applause to all of our top 10 graduates. And one last special thank you, Linda Stanger, who put this whole thing together, the lunch, the programs, even the apples on the tables with the name cards. I know a lot of you, if you were like me, thought that was really cute and were thinking, who comes up with this stuff? Linda Stanger does. That's all her. So a round of applause for her efforts. And this concludes our Top 10 Luncheon. Thank you all so much for coming to celebrate with us. We're very proud of our students here. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
I'm just checking. I didn't want to come in with the half of cake. We had a cake.